Allison. Welcome to the video. Welcome to the chaos. Yeah, today we are talking about my best books of 2023, since it is the end of the year already. Yeah, I suppose we'll just jump right in and get on with it. Best books of 2023. Standing today and it feels kind of weird, but oh well. I'll probably be moving around like crazy because I'm not sitting and I'm not confined to a chair. Anyway, I've got my list. The 10 best books I read in 2023. This was really hard to do. To figure out which order I wanted to talk about them in, because there's a lot of them, and I love them all. These are all books that I genuinely loved, so it was very difficult to put this list in an order that didn't make me feel like I was being mean to books that I loved. Even though these are all 5-star reads, these are all books I loved. I mean, the order doesn't really mean anything, but I wanted to put it in some sort of order and not just like the order in which I read them, which is how I had it listed before. But anyway, we're just gonna get on to it. Yeah, 10 books, well, technically 15 books, but 10 different things we're gonna talk about. So yeah, let's get started. It's backwards. The first book we're going to talk about, number 10 on my list, one that I read fairly recently, The Unmaking of June Farrow. Yes, I said June this time instead of Jane. Of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. Yep, I love this. It had my heart the whole time. Number 10. It was good. The mystery wasn't too big, and yeah, it was a little predictable, but it wasn't like you weren't frustrated that you had figured it out. Like, you just wanted to know what was going to happen with these characters, what choices were going to be made, and all that. And yeah, I really loved it, and it's number 10. Number 9. Am I going to do a silly thing every time? Who knows? Probably, because I'm in a weird mood today. Anyway, number 9. Also read this very recently, The Hanging City. This was a big surprise in many multiple ways. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I really had a great time. I really thought it was going to break my heart into pieces at one point, but it didn't. I don't know if that's a spoiler, but everything turns out okay. But yeah, this was good. The world, the magic, the little romance that was in here, it was just wonderful and perfect, and I loved the characters. And yeah, it's number 8, which I'm glad I had some books that I read closer to the end of the year to add to my favorites of the year list, because a lot of them are from the first half of the year, because it was a really good first chunk. You know, overall it was a really good reading year for me. But anyway, number 9. Did I say number 8 earlier? I meant number 9. Number 9. The Hanging City by Charlie Ann Holmberg. I can't wait to read more from this author. I'm really excited. I know she's got a lot of books stacked up, so I can't wait to pick up another. Anyway, we're gonna move on to a different book. Number 8. One that I read at the beginning of the year. Sort of. I don't remember when it was I read this, actually. Who knows? The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. I still can't say her name, even though I've read many books by her. Well, not many, 5 books by her. Anyway, yeah. Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi. I really love this. It was really fun. Just a fun adventure. Like, all the characters were really interesting, and it was nice to read like a fun adventure from the perspective of like older characters, and not, you know, a 19-year-old girl that stumbled into the Fae world. Anyway, yeah, this was just so much fun. Yeah, I loved it. I loved the characters. I loved where the characters went. I loved all of it. I can't wait to read more. I'm really excited for this series. I can't remember the last time I was really excited for like a big series, because like usually I'm just into like do all the G's and trilogies. Like I can't pay attention on internet. But yeah, I have no idea how long the series is going to be, but I'm excited for it. If it ends up just being a trilogy, I'm excited for it. If it ends up being, 5 long books, I'm excited for it. Shannon Chakraborty, she's really turned into a auto-buy for me. Like, I love the Day of the Bot series, and I loved this, and I can't wait. I can't wait for more. I can't wait. Anyway, we're gonna move on. In the number 7 spot, we're gonna talk about 2 books by the same author, and I decided to stick them into one, because one, I wanted to narrow my favorites down to 10, and not just talk about 5 million things. And 2, I loved these both equally, so it didn't feel right splitting them up and making one more than the other. But yeah, Nettle and Bone and Thornhedge by T. Ken Fisher. I absolutely adored these. Just simple, cozy fantasy, I would say, because even though there's stakes, even though there's dark themes, you still feel kind of safe and comfortable reading them. I just had such a good experience with both of these. Both of them I read in a single day, not the same day, but I consumed both of them in one day, and I just adored them. They were just so cozy and just exactly what I want out of fantasy. Like, I want it to be cozy, but I also want the dark tones and themes to still be there, but also cozy. You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I absolutely love these. Cozy fantasy with an edge. We're gonna move on. Alright, I don't know if this one is controversial or not, but in the number 6 spot. Can you hear my slippers on the ground because I keep twisting around? Anyway, on the number 6 spot, I have reasons why this isn't higher, but number 6 spot, Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I absolutely adore this. Yeah, like I said in my wrap-up video where I talked about this, I had big old fat gravity-defying Studio Ghibli tears, like, clouding my eyes through, like, the last half of this. I absolutely loved it, and I cannot wait for Ruthless Vows, which only comes out in a couple days. Hopefully my pre-order will get here quickly. Anyway, the reason why it's not higher on the list is because I don't have the second half, because it doesn't technically exist yet, and because it left off on such a cliffhanger. If this hadn't left off on a cliffhanger, it probably would have been higher up, but it did, so I feel like it's an incomplete story, but I still needed it to be in my favorites because it really wrecked me. It destroyed me. I almost didn't make it. But anyway, yeah, I absolutely loved it. And we're gonna move on before I gush any more about this. On to the top 5. Okay, I actually have 9 books in my stack that are the top 5 because some of them are whole series and some of them are duologies. Anyway, number 5, which was a surprise. Well, I had a feeling I was gonna like it, but I was surprised how much I really loved it. Sleuth Fight by Brahm. I read this with my best friend. We read it together, and we both really loved it. It was just exactly what I wanted. We read it in October, and it was just the perfect October read. It was spooky, it was cozy, it was scary, it was gruesome. It was just so good. It was so good. I loved it. And there's even like creepy drawings in it, creepy art. I love a book that's got illustrations, and on every that one's really scary. I'm not gonna show that one. On every chapter there is a drawing that goes along with the chapter, which just is a delight. It's a delight, even when they're scary. Even when the pictures are scary, it's still a delight to experience them. Anyway, I love that book. I loved all the books that I've mentioned and will mention in this video. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Number 4. That's right, we're talking about 3 books, a trilogy. These are the Regency Fairy Tales by Olivia Atwater, Half a Soul, 10,000 Stitches, and Long Shadow. The reason why these ones aren't higher on my list is simply because I did not love Long Shadow as much as I love the others. This is actually the only 4-star read on this list, but I am including it with the whole series because I want to. Oh yeah, I painted the pages to match the covers. Anyway, yeah, I really, really adore these. I can't wait to read more from this author. I have The Witch Would Not on my shelf. I can't wait to read it. Anyway, peak fairy content right here. This is what I want from fairy books. This. Not other things. This. Loved them. This is cozy, fun, just a good time, but dark and the little love stories that are in each of them are just so good. So good. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Did someone mention fairies? That was dumb. Anyway, number 3. Right? Yes, number 3. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Really love this. And I can't wait for the sequel. I don't know why I paused like that. That was weird. Anyway, yeah, I love this. You can tell by the tabs. I read this during the month where I was trying to tab everything I read, and then the next month I completely gave up on that. But yeah, I really love this. I can't wait for more. Cozy, cute, but dark, and wonderful. And I usually don't like books from first person perspective, but because this is like written like journal entries, it's actually really nice. And yeah, I love this. I love the little love story. I love everything. I loved everything about this. I can't wait for book 2 to come out next month. I still need to pre-order it. Anyway, yeah, I love this. Again, this is what I want from my fairy books. This, and this. These. This is peak fairy content. This is what I want. We're gonna move on. That was number 3. I think I said it. Let me say it again. It was number 3. Okay, it was really hard to decide between these top 2 spots. And in the end, I decided for number 2 would be Jade War and Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee. And the only reason why they're not number 1 is because I technically read Jade City last year. And it just felt wrong if they were going to be number 1 not to include the first book too, because on a whole this trilogy is one of the best things I've ever read. Sorry, there's a big puff of cat hair stuck to this book. Okay. One of the best things I've ever read. I'm actually really craving a reread of this ever since watching. I'm not even going to mention it because I'm going to talk about that, and we're not going to talk about TV shows right now. We're talking about books. Yeah, I loved this. I should also mention I did also really love, what was it called? The Jade Setter of Janloon. Sorry if I said that wrong. By Fonda Lee. I listened to that as an audiobook. Also can go right with these 2 at the number 2 spot because, just this world, these characters, this writing, it's just so good. So good. And just, yeah, this whole trilogy blew me away. These 2 books blew me away. During Jade War, I could not, like, I had trouble sitting down while I was reading this because I was so stressed out, and I was having a good time, but I was having a bad time, you know? Like, I was having a bad time, but I was loving it. Anyway, yeah, number 2. Let's see, what's number 1? And now, to number 1. Yeah, let's talk about my number 1 books. Cradled in my arms. The Elements of Cadis. Cadis can't. Divine Rivals. A River Enchanted and Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross. What should I say? I don't know. As a whole, complete story, these are amazing. I loved these books. 2 pieces. Yeah. I have no words. And I should have thought of something to say about them, but yeah, I have no words. Yeah. It's just such a nice, soft, lovely story. It was soft, but it's not like low stakes. It's not, I wouldn't call them cozy. They're just soft and lovely and sad and beautiful, and the love story is wonderful. All of the love stories within, because there's multiple, not just like between the 2 main characters, there's multiple little love stories in here that are just wonderful and sad in some places, and just like, I just loved these 2 pieces. If she wanted to go on to write more, I would be more than happy, but also I am content with just the duology because they were a wonderful, complete thing. They were, yeah, I loved them. Number 1. I can't wait to reread them. I already have my tabs picked out. Yep, I got my Fire Endless tabs. And my River Enchanted tabs. There's more with these ones because I have more colors to open. But anyway, yeah. Ta-da, that's the end. Alright, so that's that. Those are my 10 favorite books. My 10 favorite 15 books of the year. Yeah, what was your favorite book you read this year? Did you love any of these books that I mentioned? Mention in the comments. Yeah. I suppose that's it. I'm not gonna talk for too much longer because, yeah, the weird energy I had earlier has worn off. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna put all these books back on my shelf. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the year. I don't know if this is going to be my last video of the year, probably because I'm lazy. But yeah, see you later. Oh, thank you for watching also before I end this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Yeah.